Alright guys, we just rocking and rolling this morning. We got the, I believe, looking at it online, I believe Tinny called that the Magic Mouse or something like that. I've got it with the ports open. Like I said, it's got a slider sleeve here, but I've got the sleeve down so the ports are open. So you can set a pot right on top of it like that after it blooms. It's not very sturdy, so I'm going to set it on the little pot stand that he sent me with it. And it'd be a little bit sturdier out in the field because of course all this would be, you know, grippy. You'd have dirt to hold it down and everything. But I got probably about to here with alcohol. Got the wick primed. We'll go ahead and set that on there. I think it's awesome flames, don't it? We'll go ahead and start the timer. And I think it gives off some massive flames coming out like that. But it's priming still, you know, it's getting regulated, so we'll see how it does. You can see it starting to come out the little jets on the side. It's trying to a little bit. I don't know if it'll come out the jets on the side as much with the lid up like that or not, but we'll see. As I said, I don't have any experience with this little stove. That's one Mr. Lane just sent me, and it's going to be a good little addition. It looks like with it on the pot stand like that, it's just going to come out the top. So we'll see how that does on a boil. I've got 2 cups of water in there again. Put the little lid on it. We'll be back with y'all here in just a few minutes. Alright everybody, I know you can't make out my little watch over there. It says 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The water's pretty warm, but it ain't nowhere near going to boil right this minute. But like I said, that's using the top of that like I've got it. Of course, I've got my carbon fiber, carbon felt stuff that I've already decided I'm going to cut a piece and roll it up and put inside of that to make it a wick type stove. It seems to help the stoves burn real good. It'll increase the surface area of the flame a little bit at the top too. But I'm going to let this run just to see how long it takes to boil. This looks like what I was going for with the Vargo of making a lower heat stove so that I could do like pancakes or stuff like that on it in the bush. This will work good for that. I mean, this to me, you know, a small, like my aluminum mess pan, that's a low enough heat, a mild enough heat right there that's what I need. So without even knowing it, my brother was sending me something that I really needed, and that's awesome right there. But I'm going to go ahead and let it burn just to see how long it takes to boil and how long it takes to burn out with the fuel that's in there. It holds a pretty good bit. I mean, probably a couple of ounces at least of fuel, if not more, because it's pretty good size inside, real deep in there. But we're going to let that go, and then I'll set it up with the ports, you know, using the jets on the side as the stove part like you're supposed to, or like the other option is, rather. Can't even talk right this minute. But and we'll see how that works out. So I'll get back when this thing's starting to run out and give you some numbers real quick. Alright everybody, it's been 12 minutes and 30 seconds. We are nowhere near a boil, so we're going to call this no. And we're going to put it out. I mean, we hadn't used any alcohol, but it's just not it's not going to boil 2 cups of water in any amount of time that'll matter to me. They did get the water good and hot, which is awesome. The water got hot, which means if I was doing something like a pancake or an egg, anything like that, using it with the pot stand and open like that will work just great. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and top it back off just to the bottom of those little lines there. And we'll go ahead and prime that a little bit more, even though it's plenty hot enough that it should light right up and go. And we'll light that up. Drop my lighter on the floor. We'll set that on there and see how she blooms out. Stop this, reset it, start it up again. You can see now it's coming out of the jets on the side. And we're back with 2 cups of tap water, fresh out the tap. We'll see how this runs out. Now that's with it just sitting directly on top of it. So I said now we're using the jets out of the side. Looks like the flames come up pretty good if it stays lit. It's kind of wavering on me there. Alright, here we go. It's simmering out a little bit, but we're going to let that run. So I got the clock running. We're in it at 40 seconds right now. And I'll be back with you here as soon as we get any kind of motion out the water. Alright everybody, at 7 minutes and 30 seconds we have achieved a rolling boil. So definitely using the side jets works a lot better for it. Gives off, you know, a lot more heat. So that's where we're at right now. I said about 7.5, so it's not a bad little stove at all. It's a little tippy, but I mean, there's ways to prevent it from tipping. You know, make sure it's secured in the ground. Make sure you're on flat ground, of course. My stove actually leans a little bit to the left, so you know, it's not exactly on a stable platform to begin with, but that's not bad at all. I mean, 7.5 minutes to a full rolling boil, and we're gonna let it burn on out here and see what happens with it. See how long it runs out. Like I said, it holds a lot of fuel, so we'll see how long it burns. The other thing is you can, after you've got your boil achieved, you can take the cup off and raise that little sleeve up, obviously using a glove or something, you know, because it's going to be hot. Raise that sleeve up to the jets and put your pot stand on it, or just put the pot stand on it, and you could probably keep that at a simmer for a good long time. If you needed to do something, you know, like a rice or something where you really need that lower heat after you reach a boil. But I'm not going to do all that today. Not worried about testing that. I got some other videos I'd like to do if I can get outside. Weather's kind of coming and going, so I don't know if I'm going to make it out there or not. But I'm going to let this run, see how long it runs. And I'll be back with y'all here in a few. I love getting stuff, y'all. I send a good bit of stuff out, but I send it out because I want to help people, and at the same time, I mean, I'm getting gear that I can, you know, spread the wealth around to other people. If you send me something that I don't need, believe me, it's probably already going out the door to somebody else. And that's what I'm trying to do here. You know, Dave's been so openly generous with all of us, with his videos and with everything he's done with his giveaways, and, you know, just the amount of family attitude that he's built into our little group. And I'm just trying to keep it going. I mean, I'm not doing anything special. I'm not the only one doing it by no means. There's a whole group of us out there that are doing it. And you know, I just told Luke online, I emailed him real quick about some material. You know, the coolest thing for me is I'm getting stuff from all over the place, which tickles me to death. I mean, I got stuff coming from Canada, the UK, you know, so it's a way for me to share. And, you know, ain't none of us rich. I don't know, you might be. If you are, can you loan a brother a dime? But we're just doing what we're doing and having a good time, and it's making life so much more enjoyable for all of us. And we're able to share wealth, knowledge, experience, and things that we may not need. I mean, you got a piece of gear laying around that you don't think is any good, put a little note on Dave's page, let people know, hey, I've got this, you know, I don't need it. Or if there's something you're looking for, post a note. Somebody will respond, believe me. And if I can't find it, I might can find somebody that, you know, has what you need or whatever. I do my best anyway. So that's it for right now, y'all. Appreciate everybody watching. I got a few more videos I'm going to try to pump out, but I'm going to have to get outside for them. If I can get those done today, I'll have them posted by this afternoon. But appreciate you watching. Be looking for you in the next one.